Okay, recording, right, begin. All right, guys, this morning MAO, we're going to start around this Monday, 12th of April. All right, 12th of April. So let's start our morning MAO. All right, let's go. All right, so Colin, you can see that most of them say the sound is okay. Maybe you need to just rewire a little bit. Okay, let's start. Okay, guys, morning MAO. Today's sharing is pretty clear. Again, this morning MAO, market manipulations continue, right? Why do I say that? I think that some of you may have realized it, yes, on Friday. All right, the last 2 hours, again, we saw the market just pump up. I mean, I've been saying this on a really weekly basis. Almost every Friday, not every Friday, almost every Friday, we do see this happening. All right, which means that we do see the Dow being manipulated, push up towards the upside. Very rare. I mean, once in a while we do see profit taking once in a while, but most of the weeks, the last 4 or 5 months, we have been seeing that the market on Friday they'll push the Dow slightly higher or to the day high closing, right? So I'll come to this shortly, all right? So today's, in case those who want to skip all the way to the end, all right, later on, I already have 2 slides for you, the alternate market views, which is on the cyclical pattern on the ISM manufacturing data versus the ISM price paid leading indicator. This is a very interesting chart. So later on, I will show this during the alternate market views. And I'll be also sharing you, right, the market leadership is shifting actually. That means that the different sectors are actually shifting a little bit, all right? So I'm going to share this with you guys for the alternate market views. So if you are not interested in this one, you can actually stop there and do that moment itself. Okay, or anytime during MAO, okay? Okay, cool, huh? All right. Now, this cartoon, I really, really likes it, okay? You see, this is the 2 bulls at the home of the bear, and we are very concerned about you. You need help, okay? So 2 bulls are telling the bear that you need help, and the bear obviously is having all the dark eye and definitely very tired, lethargic. Now, this speaks volume here because apparently it's right. Let me explain this something to you guys, all of you. Okay, last Saturday, in the morning, again, while I was just relaxing myself, and then a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, he's an individual trader, but let's put it this way, like he has different way of trading. Okay, he's a friend, but different way of trading. So he was telling me, Kel, are you okay with your gold position? I said, why do you say that? He said, yeah, why are you short? I said, when do you see me short? Then he was basically harping over it and said that, why am I short? Why am I short? Why am I short? I was totally lost on a Sunday morning. I was a little bit, not in the best of my mood also. So I just blasted him and say, what are you talking about? So he showed me a chart, showed me a picture of a trade account that has a short in gold position. Didn't you short this? I told him, look, brother, which part of it shows mine? So apparently he said that someone passed it to him and said that, there's some short position in gold. I said that is not my position. Then I show you what will happen in the gold group, and show all the buy that we've been buying the last few days. We've been buying and we've been actually calling for buy on CCRY and stuff like that. So after that, he just shut up. So my point is this: I asked him, bro, why make you think that way? He said that is it because someone said something here and there again? He kept quiet. So of course, this one is nothing related to this picture here, but I'm just feeling that way itself, right? Probably because I did say that gold in general, the last few months have been coming down. And somehow or rather, the world of internet just copy and paste, just fabricated a lot of stuff. And they reached my friend, and this friend of mine getting concerned for me, start to blast at me. We are even finding hard facts and figures. So I realized that, right, this is actually a very dangerous world whereby when you talk about it, right, end of the day, even I say boo, you say bear, I say bear, you say boo. So that's why I'm just sharing with you guys that some of you may be concerned about what we are looking at the market. And I've been saying the same thing over and over again. I've been saying that the market is bullish right now because there's so much money in the market. And I've been saying this so many weeks already, but still the impression doesn't seem to go away. So look at it, guys. This is what happened the entire day. The entire day, the Dow Jones was not moving at all. Basically, it was just flickering about 100 points, okay, for more than 5-6 hours. It's only at the last 1.5 hours, you see the market, wow, look at the way the Dow just shoot up all the way, right? It closed near the high. And of course, on hindsight, you can see the boys were actually accumulating before the big rally. So that's why I keep on reminding traders. I say that those who are actually having a long position must be careful, a short position, be careful, because there is some form of buying. And of course, it's a usual Friday thingy. You need to be careful. I think we have this conversion before. You can see that. This was the last conversion some time ago. All right, between Lo and Anna, myself, and even Arun during one of the MAOs also reply about that. The way the market is being manipulated towards the last hour have been pretty consistent. Okay, so that's why we talk about market manipulation. Of course, we say, Kel, this one could be just a normal buying. I say that who the hell would buy a higher price the last 1.5 hours when there's no news? Do note there were no news on Friday and there's no reason to buy it up. And if you look at the CNBC or CNN or Bloomberg or Reuters, none of them covered anything on the last 1.5 hours. They just say that there's some buying and that's it. Okay, so why would you buy something more expensive when you can buy it cheaper at the start? Unless you already bought a lot at the back in the front and then you push it to the back. So isn't that manipulation? All right. So that's why we keep on reminding you guys to use the TWB system. All right. Pocket changes, people changes. I avoid the negative word, okay? The stock change, but Wall Street never changes because human nature never changes. So this morning when we have this little conversation about how Arun was sharing about his trading with his two other friends and so forth, right? It basically show this very well. It shows that the thing is this, even if 3 different traders trading the same rule, you still have 3 different outcomes. So think about this, if you don't even use the system at all, and you want a different outcome, right? Think about it, what's the point of having that? But of course, let's just be honest here. End of the day, it's this. Even we go school, right? The same teacher teach 40 students. We still have the number 1 student. We still have the number 40th student. This is something that we cannot deny this. So to pick the quote from what just now one of the members mentioned, right? Maybe have different brains. So yeah, so that is the reason why probably even the same system is passed down, right? It still need everybody to pay more attention to details and get it done properly. All right. So you may say, I always want to ask who's selling to them. Well, people selling to them is always the normal retailers. They just come and buy as usual because the liquidity there at the last part is pretty low. All right, so that is what I say about this. So that's why this is something to go. Nothing to do with today's sharing. Please don't quote me. This MAO presentation was done at 5 a.m. this morning. Okay. So if you want to grow, you let some people go. So what I'm trying to say is that, right, after the Saturday, my little fiesta, my friend, I feel a bit lousy. So I talked to my wife about this. And my wife told me, look, this guy is not helping you. End of the day, it's very negative. And being negative, you really cannot move on. So I realized that end of the day, time is really precious, okay? It's the most valuable resources. You don't need to waste it. If the people around you really is just pure negative, you just have to move on. Because the more we try to fight back itself, right, it's really useless. So to me, it's that same thing. Like yesterday, I went to meet a friend. He's the videographer. I think you all mentioned him about Colleen. And I told him that ongoing itself, right, I have a new project for him to handle. And that is basically to really explain my story, my real story that I went through in my life. Now, for 21 years, 22 years, I went through a lot, okay? I mean, seriously, I may not be the richest trainer in Singapore, okay, but I'm definitely rich with experience, and definitely I went through a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure no trainers in Singapore has went through. So all I can say is this, I got a lot to offer, and I want to share this with people, and of course I'll share it right. So that's why I talked to colleagues and said, let's work on something, a project, to really show who is Kelvin Han really, okay? And I really want it to be done in a very, very, very blatant, upfront way, no sugarcoating, and then I would like people to understand this. So what are we doing that for? Because if you settle that problem, people will notice that, hey, look, you don't need to go to an Apple store to go and buy a latest iPhone, but ask who is Steve Jobs, and is Steve Jobs a good person? Is he a bad person? I mean, you go to the phone store to buy the phone and use it. You don't really need to know who is the creator, whether it's bad or good, and then get basically for that you get think that the phone is lousy because the creator is lousy. I think that is really unnecessary. So that's why I'm moving on. I hope that everybody do understand this. My job here is to make you guys rich, okay? So this MAO itself, as usual, please understand this. There will be profits, there will be losses. There's no way we have all the way wins. If there's any system in the world that always wins, there's only 2 types, I told you before. One type is that the stop loss must be very, 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 very far, and the TP is very near. So no matter how, you can't really lose unless you are so damn wrong, okay? Number 2, is that it's Ponzi or it's a scam. Because if trading don't lose money, then how about it, right? It's not possible. There will be losses along the way. There is a very fine period. All right, so please understand this. I'm using this one as a learning aid for individuals here, and I want to do it for you guys. Now, it's also very interesting here. Last time when MAO was open to public, people complained. Students say that why I give to public. They said that if it's not given public, it's more of a benefit. So I said, okay, good idea. I take the idea. And I talked to my team members, and they said, yeah, good idea. So we put it on now only for members only. But interestingly, the numbers drop. Okay. I mean, the numbers fluctuates, but the point is that people who requested the MAO are no longer inside here. So this is where I realized that really you can't please anybody. You just have to move on in life. Okay. All right. So do understand this. We're waiting very, we're getting excited because we know that for what AIM says, by this coming Wednesday, they will be able to provide a better trading spreads for the cryptocurrency on the AIM side. All right. And really, from what I'm saying, it really looks good. But again, they are not ready. They are waiting for the exchange to really finalize the details before they actually come up with the trades and stuff. So let's just be patient, just a couple more days. And once it's ready, all of us will be able to enjoy this lovely spreads and can start to make money from the market. Okay. All right, so let's just go to some global news first. Investors are putting more money in the last 5 months than the previous 12 years combined. Oh my goodness. When I saw this thing, it's all right. It really does tell you exactly what I'm telling you. All right, look at it. This caption here is so clear. Last 5 months, the total amount of money brought into the stock market is more than the last 12 years combined. Oh my goodness. All right, let me bring you the chart. You will see for yourself, man. Past 5 months, investors has flowed in. Investors has flowed in $569 billion. Okay, but if you look at last 12 years plus minus, it's 452 billion. Oh my God! No wonder you have the stock market last 5 months going so crazy, right? So when so much funds are pouring, it's all right. One part of it looks like, wow, fantastic! This book can go higher. On the flip side, that means that so many people are inside this market right now. So that's why we come to the point of feverish. But still, end of the day, that so many people are looking at this to buy because they don't think the bonds is attractive enough, and they don't think that other commodities is worth to buy except for agricultural commodities. So that is the reason why this is very clear that people are still going to put a lot of money into the market. Okay, so precisely because of this, that's why I've been telling you guys that if you want to go short in the market, you need to do your proper ROR, risk and reward. Sorry, risk RAR, risk and reward, because we may not be able to sell at the absolute high, and it may go against you. But when they're doing that itself, right, the risk reward ratio is worth it only when it really happen. But of course, if you go long instead, right, at the moment now, every time you buy and sell, there's also the same thing. The risk and reward is the same. Just that the current trend now is definitely moving towards is moving in the uptrend. So that's why the bullishness is there. And because of that itself, right, a lot of economists are pretty optimistic. They are all saying that this is just a starting boom period. Oh my God, they're telling you that now. They're telling you that now it's a boom period and it's just a start. And now the second quarter could go 10%, and 2021 can be the strongest year ever. Right? So basically, the economies are very, very, very positive right now. They're telling you that even the CPI, the PPI numbers are up. No worries. Everything is all great and good. In fact, itself, they realize that, right, the more inflation there is in the market, the better it is. All right. So this is what it's saying right now. So whatever they've been saying the last 2 months, they were worried about the inflation, worried about the bond yields, everything is shelved and put under the carpet and closed. Okay. They don't care anymore. So that's why I tell you guys, one time meal costs $5. I've been saying this. But when I talk about this, people laugh. I say that, okay, fine, you can laugh over it, but I've been saying this because of that itself, right? The inflation will just come in and someone had to pay the bill later. Well, I don't know who will pay the bill, but you can see right now, the non-farm payroll on last week, you can see that, right, it went up to 900,000, right? That was pretty exciting. But the problem is that the market did not really buy into that during the news came out. But it was only later part itself, as usual, to the last part of the day, and they push it up. So people it's just basically telling you that, oh yeah, you see, the GDP does have an effect onto the market. But during when the data come out, right, there's no movement. So, it's very clear that yes, 1 + 2 = 3 on paper, but not really exactly, the impact isn't the same. So that's why I just want you to be very careful. Now, of course, end of the day, I know that by going around again on COVID-19 doesn't really help much, but again, this on CNBC, and you can see that around COVID cases is overwhelming Michigan. All right, and people are asking, the governor asking people to stay at home. So the thing is, if everybody is buying into this recovery of the economy, expecting economy recover, and you're pouring so much money on anticipation, it's just like you anticipate or you really expect your husband, your wife to remember your birthday, and then on that day itself, they really forgot. That is going to be the slap in the face, and that is where all the disappointment will come in, and that is where my real concern is. Now, at this moment, now you can see that the cases that went up again. I know I'm not here to be the fear monger. I'm not here to tell you things that's ugly, but I'm telling you facts and figures. You look at it, my friends, 7,226 new cases per day, not per week, per day. And this is another 23% jump over the previous week. The previous week, we talked about this, was 6,000. The previous week was 5,000. You got my point here. The numbers are increasing even though the vaccination is still ongoing, all right? So that is my point. There will be a point whereby expectation and reality comes into a point. And when that point itself, if they don't care, then of course the market go higher. That's why I say the Dow can go to 35,000. But if the market doesn't finally woke up on this, then the opposite will be true. And that's why, you can see that the variant 1117 is actually really moving around in USA. But we realize that, well, this is ongoing, right? The coverage is so little. Really, the coverage is so little. But compared to Donald Trump time, it was practically every day. So sometimes I just feel that, different people in the office have different things. Yeah, they just tell you something, but not everything, all right? And of course, now Bitcoin. Now, why are we going heavily onto Bitcoin or Ethereum or cryptocurrency as a whole? Because you can see companies are just keep on buying. Now, Meitu, right, one of the leading Chinese developer, has expanded its cryptocurrency portfolio, all right, to 100 and by adding another 175 Bitcoin, all right, that is about $10 million worth, all right, 10 million US dollars. So because of that, of course, there was some up immediately, like the news came in, and of course, Bitcoin went up and stuff like that. So the question is this: is it really worth it to buy Bitcoin? I keep on saying this, guys. You don't need to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy just half or quarter or even 10% of Bitcoin. Just keep it there. Now, if it goes up, okay, if it goes up, you can get some profit out of it. If it goes down, just take it as a form of an investment that you don't mind keeping for some time. Because I'm telling you this, with so many companies buying it, it's going to be very difficult to close down on Bitcoin, really. There is this article, I think I time to do it, is that if the only way to close down cryptocurrency, right, is to close out the internet. Because you think about this, even the legislation, even the authorities come in and say, you know what, let's stop this, okay? There will be a knee-jerk effect. There will be some selling, that is for sure. Now, shall there be a market calamity? Let's say stock market crash, for example. Yes, Bitcoin will also go down. But the moment it goes down, right, with the limited assets, limited liquidity in the market, a lot of people buy back again at low prices. And after a while later, maybe 2 years, 3 years, when the economy is better again, the whole thing will come back up again. And this time around, if more people are holding it and they don't mind holding for long term, this coin will go even higher because, I repeat, this is the best way to port money. The portability of it is excellent. Of course, you may say, what if there's another coin coming out? Now, if there will be another coin coming out, it will be something governed. I can tell you this. If there's something that you want to create, right, it'll be something governed by the bodies. Do you think that individual will take that? If that's going to be governed, then that will lose the whole idea of cryptocurrency. Don't you think so? All right. And last but not least, we saw Alibaba being fined by China. Now, sometime in life, you see, 10 years ago, Jack Ma was really the man of the moment, and China was really, rah-rah him and everything. But when a little mistake by an individual comes in, and probably more than that, obviously, there are some propagandists and stuff, that is where, the authorities can come very hard. So the reason was given is because they said that they actually do an anti-monopoly law that basically causes merchants' interest to be affected. And then after that, they are here to strengthen internal compliance. And they're saying that, right, because the platform was doing a little bit being too monopoly and, blah, 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 blah. So end of the day is this, okay, when time comes, things go, right? So unfortunately, later on, we should see some movement on Alibaba shares, all right? And because not only a $3.69 million fine, there should be more to go. And obviously that will also have some repercussion effect across the board for some of the companies. So traders, please stand by for this. There should be some effect on this point here itself, because this is not going to just end like that. Yeah, I'm very sure this is not going to end just like that. Okay. All right, now the thing is this, just a little innocent, don't be shocked. Sorry, I might shock you. Okay, guys, 17 April, Saturday, 10 a.m., I will have my preview, and the title is Market Madness. Now, this preview, really, you must attend. All my students, I'm not kidding you, you have to attend. Not only to push sales and stuff to get more numbers, but because I'm going to give you tons of important charts. Now, over the whole weekend itself, right, I went through a lot of charts. And those charts is really very important charts. Okay, of course, it's slightly more toward the market topish and being at a feverish level. But these charts you don't really see in the market. And basically, these charts are very important. So that's why this coming Saturday, I will be showing you tons of this chart, and you really must come and watch it. Okay, because that will really help you to think about how to utilize the TWB system to help you in this market. Because if those things really manifest, right, things can get really very out of control. All right, so traders, no, my point is this: I just want you guys to make money in this market. Okay, there's no other thing else, because you make money is the only way we can actually prosper together. Okay, so now it's 9:11. We are just a few moments away from the Hong Kong market opening. I just cover a bit of Dow Jones first. You can see the entire Dow Jones from the opening bell. It was so sideways for almost 4 hours, from 10 p.m. Singapore time to 2 a.m. Singapore time. For 4 hours, the market hardly moved. But the last 2 hours, as you can see, the market just pump and pump and pump, especially the last half an hour. So that is the reason why I'm telling you this. When market want to manipulate, there's nothing to talk about it. They just want to push. And you're going to push, and then do it, because the more they push, the bigger, the more air they pump into this balloon. It's just a matter of time. The balloon will just burst. But of course, before it bursts, it will just grow bigger. That is science. So the more they blow, the bigger, the louder the sound will be, the bigger impact it will be. So we just have to wait. All right, for people who are not comfortable to buy anymore, just wait on the side, please. WAIT, wait on the side. For people who think the market will still go higher, just go in with a risk control. That's about it. That is a simple strategy that we need to adopt. We don't need to think so much about the market. So the Dow Jones jumped by 300 points to a record high, gain 2% for the week. And the main reason is because they are looking at a solid gain on the reopening of the economy. All right. So again, it's the optimism of the reopening of the economy that is moving the market. But again, on the flip side, we saw the COVID cases increasing at the same time. So the question is this: how to reopen when the COVID cases are going up at the same time, right? So unless you don't care, yeah, they don't care. So you can see that stocks are going up, like Carnival Corp, General Electric, and JP Morgan. So apparently it just rotated the blade. So one moment they push a tax, one moment they push a cyclical, they push this and that. So that is why market doesn't care. But you look at it, very important. The PPI numbers at 1%, that is very high, because it was expected to be 0.4, but 1.1%. Why? Because inflation is coming in. And the whole PPI actually went by 4.2%. That is the largest annual gain in the last 9 years. Because inflation will come, because we pumping so much money in the market, everybody got richer, things get scarier. So everybody just keep on buying. So it's not going to wait. But interestingly, when they're doing this, the bond yields are going to move. Why? Because the Federal Reserve have been buying the bonds. So the more bonds you've been buying, it will just push the yield lower. So that is very artificially manipulation. And something to vote very important, guys. The VIX indicator has never gone below 20 for some time. And now it's went below 17. Okay. If you are a VIX lover, you know that when VIX is so low itself, right, you just have to be very careful. I repeat my point again. When the VIX is so low, you just have to be very, very, very careful. Okay. All right. Hang Seng is going to be open now very soon. Hang Seng is going to open in about 10 seconds, about 40 seconds time. Hang Seng today, the MLP, put it in, MLP is somewhere here, and that's for 28,888. Wow, all the eights, huh? And the moving average today is somewhere around here, and that is about, around this 28,730. So based on what I'm seeing right now, right, likely Hang Seng will gap out a little bit, but unless the Alibaba news is going to hit the market, then you may see some selling. Okay, so Hang Seng will open up very soon. Let's prepare ourselves in the morning. So sorry, last Friday there was no pivot. Last Friday there were no pivot. Okay, I made a mistake. Just when I was refreshing the screen, it didn't come out properly. Okay, Hang Seng will open in about 10 seconds time. That's for standby. Like I say, I do suspect Hang Seng will be kept opener higher this morning. It's kind of expected. Let's see now. Let's go. Oops, Hang Seng gap down. As I said, the news probably hit the market already. Hang Seng actually gap down to 28,619. Okay, it's trading lower right now. Now KSI is red in color as of yes on Friday. So do see that there will be some selling in the market. Richard, the link is not ready yet. The link is not ready yet. When the link is ready, we'll let you have it, okay? For the preview link, don't worry. But of course, for the preview itself, it's first come, first serve. So if you really like it, right, you may want to, join us ASAP. Okay, so now we can see on the Hang Seng right now. The Hang Seng is trading above OP, all right, with OP. For today, to the KSI, red in color. So it's very simple. Let's go through the motion. Above OP, look for buy. All right, it may go towards the pivot 2. Oh, today is an inverse pivot. Oh, okay. Today is an inverse pivot. So if the market stay above OP, there is a possibility that Hang Seng can go all the way here. There is a possibility. But if the market stays below OP, like what's happening later, now it's above OP, right? But if the market goes below OP, then it may really go towards this 28,351. But at the moment now, Hang Seng is trading above OP right now. And I told you it gapped down probably the news. But generally speaking, because the Dow was up on Friday, so the Hang Seng, the work is actually quite unexpected. So it's actually happening right now. The MLP is somewhere here today. So traders, you can look at that. But if the KSI rate, right, though if the market go to KTR +1 to +3, we should see some profit taking around there. So I repeat myself, how Hang Seng is up by 150 points from the opening price. All right, all looks okay. But if the Hang Seng hit KTR +1 to +3, traders, you may want to take some profit, all right, at CCYR positioning, okay? So CCYR, all right, on the frame M5, okay? All right, so I'll come back to this later, all right? So now we will move on, our morning MAO. Now I say Hang Seng gap down because it's the Alibaba news, but now it's going up because of the global market, all right? So it's a bit of confusion here at the moment, but it's expected. Okay, so for the news right now, at the moment, everybody, they are feeling very positive. They feel that the companies, the stock market will go higher. They feel that right now the bond price is literally recovering a little bit and yields are coming down. So, and the weaker dollar seems to be good, right, for some reason. And they say that because of the earnings, yes, indeed, for this month, there will be a lot of earnings coming up, right, for the first quarter. And it is actually quite suspect that this quarter will have a very high earning again, expected. So, because of that itself, right, traders are expecting to buy into the market. There's something to take note of, that the volume recently has dropped quite a bit, volume in total, although the stock market is going up in total, right? But the volume has reduced quite a little bit, all right? So traders, the question mark is this, how come the volume reduced? That's why it could be lack of supply or because traders, the real interest is actually lowering. So that's why they move around to generate the interest. So I'm not too sure what's the answer. Maybe those who are do volume analysis can shed some light on that. Okay, so let's just do a bit of very fast recap on the on last Friday. The opening price is here. The opening price is on last Friday. Opening price was below between the two pivot, and because it's an inverse pivot, I mentioned to you the pivot will be very, very sensitive. So if the market goes above OP, right, it will go towards the pivot 2, and it really, really happened. Okay. Although it did went below pivot, went below OP, right? But because the KSI was green in color last Friday, so it's still going to be siding towards the buy side, which is I've been saying this very, very clearly over and over again. So we can see that last Friday, the market was basically seesaw all the way, but in general perspective, you can see that it was moving up overall, okay? So the first time we touch this here, this is crazy, guys. Look at it. I mean, this is the opening price of the day, right? This is pivot 2. So everybody knows pivot 2, all right? So what happened is this, okay? The market basically, right, when it just traded from here, example from here, the market just know where to stop at pivot 2. Look at it. This is actually the day high of that moment, right? The day high of that moment. How did the market know that number actually exists? 33,646. I mean, seriously, this is like buying a 4D and telling a friend, look, every day I just bet you pivot. There'll be one moment you touch it. And it really happens. And because it's above OP and the KSI on the chart is actually green, the probability of it hitting the pivot 2 is high. In this case, because the pivot 2 was in the first pivot, right? Then it really happened. So you just have to follow through the rules. You just have to remember that as long as the market, the KSI is green in color, and if the market goes up, right, there is a high chance you go to the pivots, and it really happens. So that is why, you know, and I see all these things, it really tells me that we have really a very powerful gift that we all have here right now. So it's really, it depends on how you utilize it, seriously. Okay, so that is the cover a bit of the gold, I mean the Dow Jones, but obviously you can see that the KSI jump came in at the back. Can you see that? This is where the KSI jumped at the back, and that was where the market bottomed out. And after that itself, it tested pivot 1, 2 again, sorry, in this case, and then it went all the way up. So traders, all this thing tells you that, right, at least when you see this movement, you can't be shorting the market unless, you know, you are holding for a longer term position, okay? Okay, so that is the Dow Jones recap. Let's go back to Hang Seng right now. Wow, Hang Seng is going up as what we are talking right now. Hang Seng is trading at 28,800 right now. Wow, okay, 28,800. So we do expect the Hang Seng to play around here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Take a look first. Oh, okay, wow, it's a very strong burst upside. So from the opening price, it went all the way up to KTR +2 right now. So it seems to be some buying in the moment. So as long as there's no CCYR, you cannot short. Please, I'm going to send this. Without the market, you know, if there's no CCYR, you just can't short the market. This is very, very, very important. Okay, I don't want you guys to, just because the DKSI is red in color and you think that that is the answer to short, that is absolutely wrong. You do not behave in that manner. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, let's look at the Dow for today in terms of technical side. Okay, look at it. The Dow, you can see that the MLP is brilliant. Look at it. The MLP here shows that the Dow on Friday touches the MLP, and once it touches MLP, straight away it rejected and go higher. So I think last Friday, some of the traders went in to buy the Dow Jones and, you know, the rest, and they made money. Congratulations to you. So will this work again? Of course it will work again if you just stay above the MLP. So for today's MLP is 33,670 level. Again, I'm not drawn to scale, so please do your homework. All right, so for MLP today is at 33,670 area, around there. Okay, that's MLP. So if the market stays above the MLP or it touches MLP and then go up, right, that means the market will continue to go higher. But if the market goes below the MLP, then there'll be some profit taking, all right? But over the last few days, you've been seeing as long as the market stays above MLP or touches MLP, usually it will go up. So that's why, could it happen again? It's all possible. Now the MA30 is somewhere around here, and that's about 33,080. So where we are now is pretty far away. So I don't think there's any concern for now. So in short, the market is bullish. Now I've been saying this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days already. I don't know why people are still telling me. I mean, yes, I keep on reminding you guys, macro economy, the market is actually bad. That is clear. But the market, if they want to push, there's nothing to stop you. There's nothing to stop them, in fact. So I've been saying this enough time. I already tell you guys about that. Okay, so I really hope individuals can remember this. This is very important. Unless the market today break below the MLP, which is 33,670, if not itself, right, the market will still have to be going up. I've been repeating this like a broken recorder, and I've been doing this and putting this on YouTube. So I can't delete my YouTube video. So you can't lie about this, my friends. So I don't know why people are still having the same thoughts. I'm very concerned on the market. That's very clear. But I keep on saying this, that is not macro picture. But in the micro picture, if you need to do what you do, just do what you need to do, okay? Just buy and just trade and build and increase your capital. That's how you do it. That is what you should be doing, okay? Okay, so that is the Dow Jones for that. Okay, your China A50, I'll come to that later. All right, this is Dow Jones. So we have a new all-time high. Let me just check. The high on last Friday is 33,810. Today, 802, missed by a bit, missed by a little bit. FYI, the 5% chart, sorry, the 5% retracement and now upgrade to 32,000 really. So he's from 31,333 and upgraded all the way to 32,000. So you see, as the market goes up, the percentage also will be moving up. So let's take note of that in terms of technical. All right, weekly chart itself. Well, last Friday, the market pumped up. So that means that the momentum is still very strong. So it's kind of hard for the market to come down, right? Kind of hard. Okay, so that is the one. Let's look at today's market, shall we? Hang Seng has pulled back a little bit at KTR +2 a little bit, but still no color change, so we'll wait for a while. Okay, here we go to today's Dow Jones. Okay, today's Dow Jones, let's take a look. The opening price is actually very near to P2, which that's why this morning had triggered already. So the opening price is near to P2. Usually the market, it goes below OP, it will touch it, which really happened. But because the KSI is green in color, so that's why the market, if it hangs above P2 and go above OP, then likely the Dow may even test 34,000 today. I repeat myself again. If the market stays above OP today, there is a possibility for the Dow Jones to even test 34,000. Okay, that's 250 points away. All right, that's if it stays above OP. Okay, so that's something you must understand. It's about if. Okay, so traders, as long as you see this at the moment now, the market is still going to be siding towards a buy side at this moment right now. Unless the market goes below P2, then that is a possibility of some profit taking. But we have seen enough. They hit P2 and it may just go back out again. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones for today. How about the Nasdaq? Well, Nasdaq is very strong, and you can see right now it is not the midpoint MLP of the black candle. You can see the market is seemingly resisted. Could this be a double top? Well, it is possible because I did mention to you guys that if you take the base here, you take the base here. Remember that I show you this, guys. I show you that, Wait, I get it correct. Yeah, somewhere there. Okay, sorry, wrong color. I take the base here, B1, and I basically find another base which is B2. Okay, I get the distance between them. All right, I realize that if we multiply it one time higher, okay, we get somewhere around here. So that is my point. With the black candle giving me a strong resistance at the MLP level, and the one-time one tells me, so I kind of suspect that there might be some intermittent profit taking coming on for Nasdaq. Okay, I cannot be sure on this, but I do suspect that might be some profit taking on Nasdaq in the time to come. So traders, this is my personal take. If you buy into this, traders, you can consider watching Nasdaq closely because you don't want to be caught. All right. Definitely with that, I'm not that comfortable to buy any. I'm not comfortable to buy any technology company counters at this moment right now, because it is very clear, right? With the market like this doing now, to buy into tech shares doesn't make any right sense. Okay, in my personal opinion. Okay. All right. Now, of course, you may want to. Then after that, you can see today's Nasdaq. The Dow away. I put in the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq today is not that pretty because the current opening price right now is trading below P2. So below OP and below P2 in general is more towards sell. But because the KSI is green in color, so the market is still actually looking to buy from the bottom. So traders, if you're shorting the Nasdaq, do take quick profit for time being. Okay. Now, of course, I believe if you have watched the gold nuggets, all right, this is what I'm showing you. Now the high here, I can just write it down for you again because everybody asking me the high, the high, the high. The high on this particular candle is 13,824. So I'll write it down for you. 13,824. This is a very important level for Nasdaq. So in short itself, if you have watched the gold nugget video, all right, it's not something just only gold. I introduced this very interesting indicator called KFC. All right, not Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I'm saying that, right, if the Nasdaq can stay above 13,824, Nasdaq should go higher. But if Nasdaq cannot, then Nasdaq may go lower. So that's why I give a very specific figure, and it's built to cyclical. Right, so if you don't understand what I'm trying to say here, it's not part of TWB system. It's just a new indicator that I created. If you want to know more about this, just watch the gold nugget on our Trade the Boys Facebook group. Okay, if you don't know where is it, later I screenshot and give it to you again. All right, so for Nasdaq traders, you just have to watch closely 13,824. All right, very, very important. Okay. All right, so that is the Nasdaq right now. Okay, China A50, let's bring it in. Well, China A50 now is trading below the OP and is below MLP, and of course it's below the two MAs. So it doesn't look good for China A50. And if that's the case as well, Hong Kong may come down later on, right? If China A50 comes down, I suspect it will go lower. And I did mention to you guys, I do suspect that China A50 should be coming down to this point here, and that's 16,666 level, right? Somewhere around there. I've been saying this several times already, so I'm not too sure it caught the attention. So I repeat myself, if there is some selling for the China A50, I'm seeing 16,666. Okay, Hang Seng has pulled back about 100 points from the high right now. So it seems to be actually formulating what I'm saying. All right, so Hang Seng, all the Hong Kong traders and China stock traders stand by for this. Okay. How about DAX? Well, DAX, you can see DAX is still fighting itself over here. Okay, I did mention about DAX, and I told you about the being at the tip side, at the high side, and it did probably take a few times, but at the end of the day, the MLP is still more powerful than this. The market opens below MLP on Friday, but it closed above MLP. That's why the DAX went up. With the MA now still way below, which is about 14,800, DAX is way much stronger at the moment. So unless we see the market breaks below MLP, if not, there should be upside. But do note that if the MLP breaks, traders profit taking can bring down to 15,000 level. All right, so DAX trader, just stand by for this. I'm going to write it down for you. If the market breaks MLP today, I do suspect it may drop down to about 15,000 for the DAX. Okay, so traders, this is my personal take. I don't know how would you see this, but I suspect that 15,000 should be able to be triggered today or tomorrow if the Dow Jones overall come up. Okay, so that is the indices market. All right, hope you get an idea. Hang Seng has dropped further. Okay, Hang Seng has dropped further. Wow, what a strong one here. Okay, look at it, my friends, live. Hang Seng now has basically got resisted at the CC at the KTR +2, which I told you before. When the KSI day chart is red in color, you will look out for potential sell. So if this CCYR really continue and goes below OP, right, then the chance of the Hang Seng coming down to this price here, which is 28,527, is actually very possible. Okay. So I repeat, if Hang Seng is to go down, 28,527 is possible. So another 3 more minutes, traders, you need to wait for a while. You cannot engage live right now, but just take note of that. Okay, if you're trading in the Hang Seng, just stand by. 28,000. Okay, someone requests me can show a lower number. Okay, fine. The lower number. Okay, the lower number you can see is actually here. Oh, okay, next one number is here, and that's 28,435. Okay, and I mentioned to you before because it's KTR +2, and do note, okay, this is where it's coming down. It's when below OP. There is a possibility for the Hang Seng to drop all the way to 28,435. Okay, that is a possibility now. Anything is all possible. Nothing is for sure. Okay, so there's about 1 more minute before Hang Seng actually trades there. So traders, unless you're doing the you're going to do a M1 chart trading, then of course you can do that. Okay. At the moment now, there's some profit taking on the Dow Jones, and I'm speaking to you guys, so I'm not too sure what's going on, but I highly suspect that it's because of the China A50 lah. All right, yeah, it's coming off. You see that the China A50 is kind of coming off at the moment, so that's why I suspected that to happen. And Hang Seng is also trading below OP, so 28,435 is the level. All right, so I'm staying a bit longer here because I know that I'm receiving a lot of messages texting me about Hang Seng, can they short, can they this and that. I mean, seriously, my friends, my job is to just tell you what to do, and you just remember what I have shared with you in the courses. You just try to make the best out of it, okay? All right, I'm not here to predict future and not here to, push you guys to buy and sell, because that's not my main objective. My objective is to make sure you guys make money and, prosper from the market. Okay, cool. All right, so let's just cover back to gold. Now, gold basically was interesting. It was, this is a 4-week chart. Overall, gold on Friday also went up high above 1745 area. Then after that, towards the end, there was some profit taking. So the question mark is why there was some profit taking, even though the dollar has actually weakened because actually the last part there was some uptick already. Because again, when your inflation coming in or PPI numbers are strong, it is very normal to have that happening. Okay, it's very, very normal. So let me just bring you the current momentum now of the market in terms of the fundamental. Okay, here we go. Now, how many of you have traded the Hang Seng? If you have traded Hang Seng, please key HK. If you have traded Hang Seng, please key HK right now. Let me see how many of you have traded the Hang Seng. Okay. Now you can see this is the dollar index chart. Okay. The dollar index obviously it came down to Thursday low about 92. Then after that, the PPI numbers came out. It went out to 92.31, 92.41. A little bit pullback, but this pullback, if you look at it in terms of technical, let me just show it to you. Now this is the low, this is the high, right? So the mid draft of this is somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around there. Oh, sorry. Somewhere around here. So if the market basically can stay and support over here, then this will actually crack the trend and this may bring the dollar up. And if the dollar goes up, right, then there is a possibility that will bring the gold lower. So it's something you might think about that. So watch the dollar very closely if you want to get some extra information on how to trade the gold market, extra, but it's not direct related. And of course, you can see that the yields are also, climbing a little bit. But of course, as I say, because the Federal Reserve is buying a lot of bonds, so to buy the more bonds they buy, the harder for the yields to go up, right? But if you look at it now, there seems to be a base somewhere around here on the about 1.64 level, and there's a very strong resistance somewhere around here at about 1.66 level. So of course, on the two side of it, you can contain the market as much as you can with all the meeting and talks. But once the market chooses one side, right, the market will be in a big movement. So I suspect that, right, the pivotal point is about here, 1.68. So if the market crosses 1.68, then I suspect that the market will start to move again. Everybody will start to realize that the inflation is really there and there's no way to pull back. All right, this is my personal take. All right, but the moment now, I'm going to stay cool and let's observe the market, shall we? Yeah. Okay, so that covers, let's look at the gold market now. Okay, Alibaba gap up. Okay. Okay, so this is Hang Seng, you can see right now. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's look at the gold market now. Basically, most of the mainstream media are saying that gold upside will continue, and they say that, right, Bitcoin, although it's coming in to displace gold as an inflation hedge, and they are saying that, right, they are saying that gold is no longer a safe haven. So I don't know how you see this, but it's pretty negative on this side here. But this side is positive, but the mint is actually more for propaganda. So all I can say is overall, most of them doesn't look good on gold. Okay, so not too sure. All right, let's look at what happened on Friday, shall we? Okay, so Friday, the opening price for gold was here between the two periods, right? But the KSI was red in color. So it's very clear if the gold price goes below OP, and if it goes below P2, which is 1749, it will go lower. And of course, the low was 1731. So my friends, 1749 to 1731 is a down of $16. And which means that as long below OP, below P2, CCYR is all you need. Seriously, right? Before we go look at the 5-15-minute chart, let's talk about hindsight, okay? Below OP, below P2, concentrate on CCYR. I think this is a very clear statement that I mentioned. And this is a classic trade. And I already tell you guys, if any could ask me about 3 strategies, right? The one that really, give me the best result is still classic trade. Now, I know that some people, again, don't believe me or disagree. They don't believe that a color change is all you need. It's because it's a law of averages. Yes, not every CCYR or all CCRY will make money. If you're looking at that itself, that's being ridiculous. Because I, as a creator, telling you, it's not even near possible. But if you're talking about the law of averages, which I think this morning Arun have already displayed very clearly, that there will be losses. If Arun Trading has no losses, then he won't need to put stop loss. Correct. I'm sure there is stop loss involved, unless you're telling me, Cal, the whole thing, the 1 month he traded, there is no stop loss, then no, that means there's no trigger stop loss. Then I tell you, then Arun's experiment or his trading is definitely wrong. Right, Arun, if you're online, can you verify, do you suffer any stop loss during the whole entire month? Because it's impossible to have no stop loss traded. Okay, so this is something that you guys have to understand. This is so important. Okay, so now we already saw that this is a strategy that you should be adopting, right? So let's see whether or not in the real market what really happened. So what do we see here? Okay, so what we're looking out for is below P2, below OP, we short. All right, so here we go, below OP and below P2 CCYR, we shorted. All right, now this stop loss is too near, so usually you put it a bit further away, that's why it didn't get triggered. But the second one was very nice. This one is a BNB by BNB, and then the market collapsed down. Do you see that? And again, if you follow through one more round, second round is here. The market do a CCYR, you shorted. You see that? I mean, this is really incredible. I mean, for 3 trades in a row, as long as you follow below P2, below OP, you just do CCYR, you can't be really wrong, because CCYR already allows you to see the market recovery. There's a Y in front. The market goes up, then you sell. Isn't that correct? Market goes up, then you sell. But of course, there's not going to be every trade going to be winning. But overall, the winning ratio is high. And that's why you can see this, even though before the market starts trading, you just remember the rules and you just have to follow. You just have to follow. But the question is, how many of us follow? That's the point. Okay, so that is the goal on Friday. Let's look at the market right now for Hang Seng. Hang Seng is still visiting at the opening price, so I'm going to skip it there. I don't think it moved for now already. Okay, let's at gold. Now, gold today is trading lower. Gold is trading lower. So what I told you guys, I said that the dollar is strengthening, and if the dollar is strengthening, gold will trade lower. I already tell you guys this morning already. And MLP today for gold is at 1749 or 1750 level. So as gold stays below 1750, traders must be very careful. All right. Now, 2 things to watch out for today is the MA30. The MA30 is very close by. It's a 1729 area. Now, currently price is 1739, so about $10 away. So I'm going to say this upfront, very important. 2 things may happen. 1, gold come down to 1729, find a base, and then recover. Okay, that's the first scenario. Scenario 2, the gold price will, the gold price will come down to 1729, hold there, and then break down. So there's 2 scenarios here that gold will happen for 1729 area. So it may not be today, it may be a few days later, but this is something you must pay attention about what gold may be doing these few days. So traders, 1729 will be the main pivotal point for today, at least for now, because every day the moving average will change a little bit unless the market don't change overall. So 1729 today will be a very important support level. If the market breaks below 1729, then there is a high chance that gold may go down lower. So traders, you please take down this number 1729. It's a very, very, very important level to watch out for. So traders, please be on standby for this. Okay, this is using the conventional chart 1729. Okay. Yeah, all right, so that is conventional. Weekly chart wise itself, right, still okay as long as it stays up, that's fine. Silver prices today also not good. Silver price is trading below the MA right now. So for silver price, if it stays below OP, then silver may be coming down again. So you can see there's a strong resistance on the silver on the MA30 and also below the MLP for today. So silver price, do expect it to trade lower today. Okay, so if silver price goes down, then gold prices will definitely be going down. I mean, gold prices go down, that's why silver goes down. Actually, that's the right way to interpret this. Okay, so silver traders, stay out. Okay, for today. All right, we have made enough money the last time. Now it's time to just stay out. Okay. All right, so look at the gold today's chart. Today's gold chart pretty clear. All right, below it opens below the 2 pivots, between 2 pivots. So above OP, it should be going towards the pivot 1, which is 1755, but a bit hard today. Below OP, then it may be coming down. So 1728, which is very near to 1729. So today's pivotal point is so critical. Was 1729, and the MA30 for pivot MA30 is 1729, pivot 2 is 1728.98, is exactly 1729. So today the very important fighting zone will be at this 1729. And because the KSI is red in color, so the market will be more towards the sell side for today. So today's goal, traders, you must be very careful on this. So if you're shorting gold this morning, you can aim at 1729, because that could be a pivotal point to watch out for today. So traders are very clearly, all right. No, is it that P2 is a stack? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, now all the students are saying that there is a stack on gold. Let's take a look. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, it seems to be like this. Everybody take a look. First of all, 1728.98 or 1729 is the pivot 2. Then KTR minus 2 is about 1729. You can see over here. And of course, we know that the MA30 is at 1729 area. Wow, so the triple stack, indeed, triple stack here. So that means that, right, if the gold later on starts to come down and it holds around here, if it really break down, right, there is a high chance like a magnet, right, it will be drawn. Because we have seen this many times before, when the market is drawn downwards, right, drawn downwards, the market will naturally go down to a stack usually. And the KTR minus 2 and pivot 2 is a stack. So there is a possibility that gold might be going towards that particular level. So traders, just watch out for this triple stack, okay? Triple stack, wow, triple. Thank you. Richard for actually sharing this triple stacks. All right, very powerful stuff. You see that? I mean, that is how it works. Students helping one another. I mean, end of the day is that there's no glory here. Everybody just want to make money for yourself. Then end of the day is that if you share and your friends make money, isn't that happier? I mean, that is what I think we should be moving towards. We shouldn't be like, always about ourselves and, don't care. We should always care for one another. This is very, very important. And I really love this incredible family camaraderie. All right. So let's just screenshot this on my handphone to remind myself about this 17292. Okay, so we got the goal, we got it clear. All right, let's see what happened for today. All right. Okay, for Bitcoin, now yesterday was Sunday. Even Sunday, the market was still trading for Bitcoin, and of course Sunday we saw Bitcoin crossing the 60,000 mark. So yesterday there were 1, 2, 3, 4 win. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 winning trades. 3 trades were not very exciting, up by $300 plus, and you take profit already. Only 2 went up to 500. So it was a very sideways day, but still the technique worked. 2 losses, okay, 2 losses. So overall 5 wins out of 7 trades. I think that's still pretty decent. Let me put it this way, it's still pretty decent. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin for today, shall we? Now for Bitcoin today, the day chart, let me bring it to you. Today, the Bitcoin is above pivot 1. So in general, Bitcoin should be still going higher with the OP above the pivot 1. So you just have to stay on the long side. KSI is green, no blue bars. So pretty positive. So will Bitcoin today cross again the 60,000 mark? This morning tried and pull back. Now there is something to be a concern. There's a lot of tails at the top around this area. So once the market find a breakthrough or strength, then maybe we could see 63,000. Okay, the next play. But if the market keep on hovering at 60,000 for a long while and there's no more motivation, and of course, if the stock market do pull back a little bit, then of course the market may pull back down. The last time I told you guys to go to 55,000, right? And it really, really happened. You see, when I said before you go to 55, it really hit 55 and it stopped there. So this time around, it may come back down to 55 again. All right. I suspect that it may go down to 55,000 again. Okay. Sorry, yeah, my thing today flying around. Sorry, 55,000. Okay, that's my personal pick on Bitcoin. Okay, so that is Bitcoin, and last one will be Ethereum. All right, Ethereum also thing above. Today interior is an inverse pivot. Today Ethereum is an inverse pivot. So if it stays above OP, it will go higher, but it's a problem. The KSI is green, gray color compared to this Bitcoin is red. Although there's no blue bar, but it's red. So I realized that there might be some resistance on Ethereum already. So I kind of suspect that Ethereum may pull back a little bit today, which is about 20 to go back to 2055. I think Ethereum may have some form of resistance, unless, of course, if there's something very feverishly coming in to pump up the Bitcoin 33,000. If not, I suspect big Ethereum this few round may have some upside resistance. So my personal thing is go slow on Ethereum. This is my personal thing. Ethereum, go slow for now, unless the KSI change color. That means the wheels come in differently. All right, we have come to the end of the part one of MAO. The second part will be shared about this alternate market. It's more to the bearish side. It takes about 4 minutes. If you're willing to stay on, stay on. If you're not, then that's the end for today. I thank you so much. I'll see you guys in 10 seconds time for those who stay on. Okay, guys, since you're still around, so let's just look at this alternate market views right now. Now, this one is basically the cyclical patterns that basically combine the ISM manufacturing index. So the lighter blue is the one. The ISM price paid leading by 12 months is the one in darker blue. Now, it's very, very simple. How to understand this is like, you know, if you look at the year, that will explain it better. All right, it's like when basically when the ISM price paid is at the low end, you can see that, okay, lower end, okay, that is usually towards the so-called, near the market peak, all right? You can see that over here is all right, there is the cycle shift, we can see over here, that usually that this is where the market for ISM manufacturing is going up. This is 12 months later, right? So when it's around here, the data was somewhere around here. And then after that, when the market basically come down all the way from this point, came down. And when the both of them was down there, that was where the market basically peaked. And the market came off after that, then back in 2008 and 9. So now you can see over here again that it's showing the same thing. This guy is at the top, the ISM data, then the one at the bottom is here. So if let's say history do repeat itself, okay, then naturally the market, when there's a bit of divergence, the manufacturing data will come down. And the only thing that it come down is because the market has peaked. So what I'm trying to explain here in short is that, right, the market seems to be buying ahead of itself, but in reality, the market is not paying in advance. So there is a question mark and chance that, right, the market may be near the high side for now in terms of manufacturing, and that's where the concerning factor is. All right, so this is the chart that I'm showing to you. And another one is this is the leadership sector. You can see that the last few months, the market was buying into the cyclical, buying the defensive, and buying the penny counters, right? But apparently now the cyclicals, the penny counters are all coming off by a bit. So these are the reason they buy up recently, and now they're coming off. So the sector is rotating out of it. So a lot of traders now are being caught because they thought that it will continue, but in short, it's not really happening. So if this sector, if they rotate out of this and continue to go down, right, then a lot of people will be holding a stale bull. And when you're holding a stale bull, the market may actually get into a bit of problem, because we saw what happened in the Bell Wang incident of the office family office thingy. So traders, you just need to know now the boys are moving away from this. So you must be careful. Of course, you may say maybe this is just a correctional move and it may go up again. Well, okay, fine, no wrong. But just in case, if you're going to buy into cyclical counters or penny counters, just be nimble. I think that will be a better choice. Okay. All right. That will be all for today's sharing session. All right. Once again, thank you for waiting for me this morning. And I hope you all the best. And I believe that the gold price today might be going down lower. So this is my little tip for you, and hope you guys can make more money today. All right. This is Cal signing off. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.